Backstage at Collingwood Town Hall in Melbourne, Chan Myanmar is gearing up for a special performance. Known as Chan Chan, the pop star was once a judge on Myanmar Idol. She's turned to activism after a deadly coup in her home country.
They seized the power and they burned the house and they killed lots of innocent people. So that is why they need help. So I'm trying to help them as much as I can.
The Myanmar military launched a coup against the civilian government 2 years ago, declaring the results of the 2020 election invalid. Leader Aung San Suu Kyi was arrested and recently sentenced to a total of 33 years in jail. Chan Chan was in Italy at the time and spoke out against the coup, prompting a warrant for her arrest. She can't return to Myanmar.
After 2 years, people start to forget about us because lots of fake news comes up after 2 years. We need to tell the world we are still having this bad situation. And always my people are living with a fear. They cannot sleep, they don't have enough food, they are facing with the poverty.
After 2 years of relative inaction, the Australian government today imposed financial sanctions and travel bans on 16 officials of Myanmar's military junta.
My judgment is that the time has come for sanctions. Australia will continue to monitor the regime's actions. We will be looking to see improvements for people on the ground and moves towards the restoration of democracy, including credible elections.
So we're not a major player so far as the Myanmar economy is concerned, but sanctions are means of sending messages to the democracy movement positively and the military negatively. And that's something we should have done long before this.
Australian academic Sean Turnell was freed from a Myanmar jail last November. Human rights activists had long called for Australia to join the international community, including the US and the EU, in imposing sanctions.
The former government hid behind Sean's detention as an excuse for not imposing sanctions. I don't think that policy worked. I don't think Sean's release was speeded up in any way by the Australian government's refusal to impose sanctions on the Myanmar military.
We have looked to support the work of ASEAN and work with others to put pressure on the regime, including through the United Nations. But it is ultimately about making the best judgment we can about the right approach at the right time.
Former Human Rights Commissioner Chris Sidoti says it's important Australia keeps the pressure on.
We should then take a stronger role with our regional partners, with ASEAN, New Zealand, Japan, Korea, to work out for the first time a comprehensive regional strategy as to how to deal with Myanmar and how to deal with the Myanmar military.
The reality of what's happening in Myanmar is felt by some of its citizens outside the country. Wine moved to Perth in 2020 to study, but now she can't go home.
If this thing never gonna solve up, we can't go back home. So you suddenly lost your house, your life, and your dream and everything. You have to leave and then you have to flee.
After her sister's home was raided by the military and her parents held for questioning for 3 days, her family fled to Thailand. Wine's working full-time to try and support them.
It's just a kind of feeling like your dream have been taken away. And then I don't know what to dream again. Like right now I just do things which is necessary for my life to steady and, keep going on. But that's not what I plan to be happen in my life, so.
Despite an armed resistance movement and condemnation from the United Nations over its actions since the coup, the military has pledged to hold elections before August.
We should be as concerned about what is happening in Myanmar as we are about what is happening in Ukraine. It's as simple as that.
Chan Chan will be performing and raising money for Myanmar in Perth later this week.
Because I know that I'm the only person to speak out. For my family, I'm the only one who can protect my family. I'm the only person now I can speak out for my country, because everyone is struggling in Myanmar.